Okay, welcome everybody to the second episode of Infamous Gaming, Sunless Skies. We're going to continue from last week. For anyone who wasn't here last week, what we will do is recap a little bit. So we're in a train flying around the sky. That's pretty much it. Going through like eldritch spaces and, you know, uncovering horrors and wonders and that sort of thing. I will warn you guys, if you haven't been here before, there is a lot of reading in this game, and I will be doing that reading to the best of my ability, and I might even perform some really, really bad accents. So, hey Alexia, good to see you. Logical Spock, good to see you. So, for those of you who did miss the last one, there is a lot of reading in this game. I enjoy it myself quite a bit. It's less action-oriented, more story-driven. Think like yeah, pretty much. Well, not so much dialogue as it is prose. There's a lot of prose. So, but it's pretty good. It's usually you know, a little bit on the dark side, but it's always tinged with a little bit of humor, which I like about it. It's also a gorgeous game, beautiful artwork, and so far we have not died yet. But this is a roguelike, so you know, death is a constant, you know, worry. However, where we're at, we have no money. We're almost out of fuel. Pretty sure we're out of food. So we'll see what happens. Alright. Here we go. Look out for horrors which cause terror to rise more quickly, and wonders which reduce it. Well, we haven't found any horror last week. Hybris. A fledgling colony trying to dig its fingernails deep enough into the spongy fungal fabric of the Reach to cling on when hard times come. It is a sad truth that many more settlements are founded than flourish. It is possible that I might be at the end of the line. One of the one of the fun things about these games. So when you die, like most roguelikes, the map changes. However, if you built up, I think, enough cash, you can do like a legacy, you know, for your next character, so that they can get some of the resources that your previous character had. In this case, I think we're probably not going to be able to do that because we've got fuck all, but we'll see how it goes. So, nestled amidst the sprawling, sporing gardens of fungus, Hybris is a colony of octogenarians, so, you know, old people. Alright, Growth asks... Alright, well, where did I... Okay. Rotting buildings slough gently into decay. Maintenance is poor, the population aged. An insect, speckled with fungus, flies past drowsily. Growth asks no license, reads a barely legible sign staked into a collapsed pile of fungal eggs. Fungal eggs. Think about that for a second. Fungal eggs. See, this is... I don't even eat mushrooms on my pizza, guys. Because fungus, as you may be aware, exhibits properties of both the plant and the animal kingdoms, but belongs to neither. And that worries me. Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch, welcome. So, let's see. Let's check out the venerable welcoming party has gathered. The wizened mayor approaches. His back is bent, but his pace is steady. He has a firm handshake. Welcome to our little hideaway. Watch your step. That one's about to fruit. True enough, the little white sack at your feet suddenly splits. Snaking tendrils of red fungus explode outwards. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. You guys have heard of the zombie ants of South America, right? So, Alexia, yeah, definitely. I'll take some suggestions. Now, keep in mind, I'm a console gamer. I don't do PC gaming. Partially because I don't have the hardware to run it, and partially just because I prefer the controller setup and the simplicity of it. Um, and I run almost exclusively on Sony products because I fucking hate Bill Gates. If that helps. So yeah, see, I don't have any Xbox access. So um, the mayoral assistant, a severe woman of slightly less advanced years, guides the mayor to a nearby bench. You may stay as long as you like. Something is changing in Hybris. Yeah, well, let me know what it is, and I'll look into it. Okay, so we can explore the settlement. Take tea at the Brendan, which I'm assuming is a lodging house because it says it's the only lodging house. Um, Wander the wilds of Hybris. Gather a port report, which actually we're going to do real quick because, life moves slowly here. There are arguments over the rules of bowls and the correct amount of time to steep tea. The station master seems to avoid the villagers. There is an unusual, unique quality to the starlight which filters through the underside of the caps. To earn reward. Yeah, okay. So, port reports are kind of currency in this game. Well, they're sort of a quest item. You turn them in and you get, paid for them. Who you turn them into is important, though. All right. Let's go ahead and explore the settlement. It has only a handful of buildings clustered among folds of fungus, yet life goes on here. Moves at a slow pace. Several colonists tend the allotments, while others sit squabbling outside the Brendan. Periodically, a lady emerges with tea and fungal crackers. A carpenter struggles with the fretwork on the new town hall. The carvings are of factories and faceless workers. I can't remember what they looked like, he said sadly. Fair enough. So we've explored the settlement. I guess we'll take tea. Do they have shops? Oh, okay. So they've got trade with the locals in the bazaar. All right. Yeah, and again, I haven't owned a Nintendo since the NES. I had 3 of them though. But I didn't even have a Super Nintendo. By the time the SE and NES came out, I had been given a Sega Genesis by my dad. And I fell in love with that system and that company. And then, obviously they did pretty well for a while. That was probably their best-selling, platform. And with something like 1,100 titles on it, it was pretty good. But excuse me. Yeah, then they went under. And that was right around the time the PS1 came out, and so we all tried that out. Which some people went that way, some people went the Xbox route. I went the PS route, and been there ever since. And then Bill Gates came out and said he wants to prevent us from breeding and eating quality food. And fuck that guy. Just saying, fuck that guy. All right, so. Let's take tea at the Brendan, the only lodging house in Hybris, the only building with more than one story. The smell of stewed tea permeates the dilapidated boards. Apologies if I trip over my words a little bit. Sometimes my tongue's an idiot. A large woman of advanced years produces a pot of green tea and doilies from a moldering tea chest. She blows the spores off the cups. Back there I used to read the leaves on our breaks. She peers into your finished cup. I'm sorry, I don't see a long future for you, my love. Make the most of what you have. You have earned a brief reprieve from starvation. Your terror has fallen, and you've lost 5 sovereigns, so we have 45 left. Yeah, right? Right, Squatch? Alright, so that cost us a little money, but, we didn't die, so... I mean, as you can see in our supplies gauge is empty, so we should be resorting to cannibalism soon. Swamp and marsh, fungus and frond. Nowhere in the reach has been so thoroughly colonized. It would be a shame not to see the sights, so we'll wander the wilds of Hybris. You went to the fungal forests of Hybris. Clouds of sport. Did you guys ever play, sorry, just a second. Did you ever play the old word fantasies on like the Commodore 64 and the old Apple systems? They were kind of a lot like this, but with no visuals. It was mostly all prose. Some of those were a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't want to eat the boogs either. I might on a bet, but I won't do it because they're telling me I have to. You went to the fungal forests of Hybris. Clouds of spores drift through the ropey tendrils of freestanding fungus. Giant ants pierced with spines of mushroom crawl to the tops of trees to better spread their spores. You wander amidst the webs and arches of mushrooms for some hours until you stumble across a shallow grave. Each headstone bears a number of 7 digits or more. Barely covered in the shallow earth are sets of manacles. That's fucked up. No. Alright, seen a bit. Yeah. So this is a creepy place where the fungus eats people. Awesome. A slow day. There isn't much going on in Hybris today. Its people seem exhausted. Fair Nance waves as she lights candles outside the Brendan. Infected fireflies. Infected, Jesus. So this place is basically The Last of Us in space. Yeah. So, maybe. Give me a second. Let me see if I can bring it up. Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright, that should be Logical Spock's channel. So, hopefully that is correct. Yeah, I played about halfway through the first Last of Us, and I got stuck in a room where I had people entering from like multiple directions, and there were firebombs going off everywhere, and I never could get past that, so I just kind of stopped playing. But basically, fungus takes over everybody and turns them into zombies. Oh, fair enough. I don't think the PS2 didn't come out until I was already out of high school, so... Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so she waves the infected fireflies, blah, blah, blah. The wizened mayor calls to you from the balcony of his house. He's going to bed. He rather overdid it at bowls earlier, you see. I'm assuming bowls is some kind of game. I don't know. I'm not English. Maybe? I don't know, Alexia. Not sure about that. Yeah, no problem. Glad that that link worked out. So I'm not running this through StreamYards. I'm just running it through my PlayStation, directly to YouTube. So I don't have as much control over the stream in terms of like what's on YouTube as I normally do. So I went through my phone to get to that. So hopefully that worked out. Buildings all. Oh, is L4D Left 4 Dead? Because I didn't play those. Yeah. Well, that's okay, Spock. You know, it's a rising tide. You know, raises all ships, kind of thing. So you know, I mean, I'm sub to half a dozen people who don't have anything on their channels and likely won't, just because, you know, I know them. So, alright, so let's make a delicate inquiry to the wizened mayor. Everyone here is very old indeed. Is there a lower age limit on settling in Hybris? The wizened mayor chuckles. Oh no, we'd welcome youth, but we don't get many settlers coming out this way. We're happily secluded here. I think that the fungus is controlling these people, and I don't think it's a good idea to stick around if we can get out of here. He smiles wistfully as across the marsh his mayoral assistant trounces an unfortunate at bowls. So yeah, it's some kind of game. Our best years were spent by others. The wizened mayor glances toward the town hall where preparations are being made for a performance. We have plans to hopefully change that, though. Alright, so I think that's everything in terms of exploration. Let's check out the shops. The bazaar, this is where you pick up, like, quests and shit. Captains tread reluctantly on Hybris. Some mutter of infection. The few that stop huddle by the dock to trade and converse. You may find bargains here or fulfill prospects you have claimed. Alright, okay, so this is where we buy the verdant seeds that they want back in the original town we were in. So, oh, yeah, dude, no, or, yeah, you can promote wherever you like. I have no issue with that. So, I think we'll hold off on those, but, oh shit, hit the wrong button. But we'll, if we survive, we'll definitely be back for those verdant seeds at some point. Supplies, we need supplies. So I can buy one round of supplies, and that will pretty much break us. But we aren't starving now, so there's that. Although we will be shortly. Alright, let's see if we got anything to sell. Nope, just supplies. Well, fuck. Alright. That's enough of that. I guess we will see what we can see. First, let's look at our map, see where we're at. Alright, so we started at New Winchester. And we're way the fuck over here, away from anywhere. Alright. And we're just about out of supplies again. That's fine. That's fine. We'll be okay. Maybe. That is a lot of fungus. Send the bat out. See what he finds. Scout has discovered something out in the sky. What has he discovered? Oh, it's way over there. It's been a week since we played this, and so I'm attempting to remember my controls. I found something way over there. Alright. Deep, 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 deep. It has found some. Okay, so we're seeing shit from all over here. However, I don't know that this goes anywhere we want to go. Yeah, I might save a little fuel turn the light. Nope, nope, that's a bad idea. Alright, so you see that skull at the bottom of our little meter there? That's our terror meter. That goes all the way up. People start going crazy aboard. And it'll save fuel if we turn the light off the terror meter. Oh. don't like it here, Captain. Engineer complains. The rest of the crew murmurs. She speaks for them too. Well, that's gonna be bad. Like we're gonna die. We do not have enough supplies. That is true. Oh, we don't have enough supplies to send out like. Uh-oh. Yep, pretty sure. Ah, an unfortunate passing. Shaking hands, stomach pangs, delirium. As your crew starve, the accidents begin. A corpse has been found in the engine room. A ruptured pipe released a fatal jet of steam. The body's flesh is seared. The crew gather around. Someone's stomach rumbles. We can give the body to the skies quickly before someone suggests the unforgivable, or dispose of it more pragmatically. A nod to your cook. There'll be stew tonight. Something like that. Except there are actual eldritch terrors out here. So I'm going to put it to you, chat, because I'm inclined to just eat the fucker. But we can be more respectful and give him a sky burial. What do you guys think? So, yeah, Alexia, though, this game is sort of, it takes a lot of inspiration from Lovecraft, but also from like guys like H.G. Wells and Jules Verne in particular. So there's sort of like a steampunky, futuristic sort of thing. Well, there we go. Oh, it's not letting me do it. Shit. Unlocked when desperation is frantic with hunger. Okay, so we're not that desperate yet, apparently. It's not going to let me eat them. Alright, well. The departure. Wash the body in rapid and muslin. Gather the crew. Conduct a simple ceremony and mutter a handful of platitudes. Was the deceased really an example of diligence or forthright or well-mannered? Afterwards, open an external hatch and give the dead to the winds and the cold and the gray, ghostly mists. You now have 2 desperation, half starved. You've lost 1 crew, new total 9. You've gained 2 terror, new total 15. Another crew member lost. Yeah. Something like that. Well, hopefully we can... Yeah, I don't have enough supplies to send a bat out. Oh, it costs supplies to send a bat out? I did not know that. That is unfortunate. I mean, at least we're doing okay on fuel. Some of the greatest people. Uh-oh. Bad guys. I don't remember what's my fire button? Oh, there it is. Ah. Uh-oh. Survival of the fittest. Something is afoot. Some of the crew look comparatively nourished, while others are more gaunt than ever and sport livid bruises. If pressed, they claim the marks are the result of an accident. Accidents happen on board, of course, but so does extortion. We can punish those who look better fed. They are stealing from the weak, and deploy the birch. We gain terror. Turn a blind eye will mean fewer mouths to feed and fewer but stronger backs. You may be glad of that soon, so we'll lose crew. Again, not desperate enough to... extortion will stop if you can find something, anything to eat. The higher your desperation, the more liberal your understanding of the word edible. Find allies if you can. Become the wolf at the door to eat your crew. The more you do this, the more readily you will entertain the notion in the future. And again, we're not on death's door there. You have nothing remotely edible in your hold or possessions, so... those are our options. Either punish those who look better fed, or turn a blind eye. I think we're gonna turn a blind eye. The situation persists. The strong continue to take what morsels they can from the weak. Soon the victimized crew are too malnourished to work. Starvation claims them. Oh, 3 of them are dead. We've gained 2 terror. We now have Ravenous, another crew member lost. Nope. Yeah, fuck you, dude. You've never seen Soylent Green? Man, it's a classic. Chuck Heston. Okay, so we prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Raid the safe. Your guns have reduced the door to a smoldering heap, but sovereigns are surprisingly durable, so we gain money that way. We can explore the captain's cabin. They're rarely democratic. The captain rules by strength and claims the best for their own to seek unusual iron. Our iron skill gives us a 92% chance of success. So, I mean, we need money, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm thinking, yeah, because we need money for supplies. Screw it. Let's check the captain's cabin. I mean, we're already eating our own, so. Success! The cabin door did not survive the onset of your guns, nor did the captain. You have to tread carefully. The carpet will not be saved. Gross. A few scorched documents sit on the bronzewood desk. They make for interesting reading. Apparently, London had need of a few brave captains willing to bring fire to the Tacites. You would not have expected the signatories of the orders. You know how have one times salon stewed gossip. Well, that doesn't feed us. Should have gone the other route. Oh well. Yeah, $20. You know what? That meme that Kohai made for us is not getting old anytime soon. An unfortunate passing. Shaking hands, stomach pains, blah blah blah. Corpse has been found in the engine room. A ruptured pipe released a fatal jet of steam. The body's flesh is seared. The crew gather round. Someone's stomach rumbles. Well, we're gonna eat him. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely bring that up on Saturday. That'll be great. No one speaks at dinner. No one meets your eye. No one looks too closely at the stringy meat bobbing in the broth. Spoons clink. The clocks tick. Bellies fill. We've gained 1 desperation. You now have 4 on death's door. We've lost another crew member. Gained 15 terror. Awesome. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. You know. Oh, fair enough. Oh, wait. You're a little short-handed. When you have fewer crew than your locomotive's minimum safe manning number, things will begin to go wrong. You can take on more crew at major ports like New Winchester, and at many smaller ports as well. Oh yeah, I forgot we found the horror. Alright, I didn't forget exactly, I wonder what's down this way. Yeah. I think at some point Shadow's going to eventually regret coming on. Old piping, grizzled with moss, juts from the undergrowth. This was London's first attempt to build New Winchester. It failed. Really? Interesting. Oh, bad guy. Starvation is your passenger. It stalks the corridors. It reaches out a pale finger, and another crew member wastes away. You become accustomed to the discovery of cold, sunken corpses. We can commit the corpses to the skies, feast on their remains, eat your crew. your living crew with warm, red, pumping blood. Not those pitiful things slumped in the corridors, dry and tasteless as twigs. So, we can just keep eating the dead, or we can, like, start killing people and eating them. That's an option now. Fuck it, we're gonna die soon anyway, right? You make your way past the dead. How many have succumbed? Oh shit, we're gonna run out of crew at this rate. The unthinkable has been thought, the unspeakable spoken. All that remains is to do that which should never be done. We do it, we form an alliance of necessity with some of your crew, then knives at midnight, the pot, the feast. Now there's 2. The wolves and the lamb. This act has unlocked a new facet, not for you, but for future captain of your lineage. Sunday dinners. Thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body. Yeah. Onwards! We're overheated. That's not good. Oh good, there's more. There's little left of you now. Only ravening hunger and the desperation that scours your final hour. Well, we can try and eat the crew, but we've only got a 21% chance of surviving that. Or we can starve to death. Those are the options. That is true. That is true. Look it. Oh, we failed to eat the crew. Honor among murderers. You approach the more wolfish members of your crew, the ones with the least qualms and the most steel. But while you agree on what must be done, it is harder to agree on who it must be done to. They feel it would be much safer to sacrifice you, the captain. After all, your word is regarded more highly than theirs. If you chose to betray them on your return to port, there would be little they could do to stop you. You protest. You are a person of your word, but they are unconvinced. Better safe than sorry, they say. Their hands suddenly gleam with knives. Well, we're dead. Alright, so I managed to reclaim the Orphean. Okay. Stop scrolling down, fucker. Your predecessor worked for the Empire to honor their establishment affiliations. You have been given a generous gift. Sweet. An honest gift or stolen goods. Your predecessor's villainous affiliations have profited you well. The bank, after funeral expenses, passed on what was left from their estate. You inherited a copy of your predecessor's chart, though it lacks the details of their final voyage. Well, you will begin your career with the benefit of some of your predecessor's experience. Sweet. Yeah, so... Wait, I would very much like to go to the other chart. I'm not going to adjust the difficulty. Alright, so we inherited 2 sovereigns. Okay. Well. Yeah. Alright. Now we've got to create a new captain. So I think we went with Street Urchin last time. Because I have a sense of the perverse, I think we're going with a priest this time. You know, just in case we end up having to eat people again. Alright. So, the priest, you were a priest. You preached the word and brought the needs of the world before the church in intercession. But besides God Almighty, to whom did you answer? A bright-eyed sequencer? The new sequence was young creed then. Now it is spread to the highest offices of the church, with Her Majesty's blessing. Increases your mirrors, the skill of investigating and deducing, and affiliates you with the establishment. the Bishop of Southwark. It was illegal to hunt or harass devils. They were citizens of London, like you. But the bishop did not care. Increase your veils, the skill of deceiving and evading, and affiliates you with villainy. Your parishioners. Sisyphus had it easy. He never had to contend with Mrs. Quig. Do you guys know the story of the myth of Sisyphus? I'm sure you've heard the phrase a Sisyphean task. In case you don't, he was a dude who, in Greek mythology, I don't remember exactly the circumstances that landed him in this predicament, but he was a dick, basically. Everybody who ended up in, the boulder guy. Basically, everybody who ended up in Tartarus, the bad side of Hades, was a dick. They earned their place there. So his punishment was to push a boulder up a hill, and he was allowed to leave when he got the boulder to stay at the top of the hill. However, it was angled in such a way that as soon as the boulder was at the top, it would roll down to the other side and he'd have to start all over again. Yeah. And so that's hilarious. It says Sisyphus had it easy. He never had to contend with Mrs. Quig. Increases your iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming, and affiliates you with Bohemia. Yeah, let's go with that. Choose an ambition. I think we should probably continue going for the truth, especially if we're going with priest. That was our ambition last time around. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna create the new character. You create a whole new character for this. I'm gonna use the same name all the way through, but I wonder, do I get a miter? That would be cool. Nah, we'll just go. Nope, that is not the right button. Yep, there we go. Brow. There we go. That looks young and that looks priestly. That Reverend is good. Gonna keep the names consistent just because, you know. Alright. See, Alexia, I don't play Warframe like Kat does, so everything I know about the corpus and all that stuff comes from her. And honestly, I haven't paid that much attention to the game because it's not, shooters aren't really my thing. On occasion, but in general, no, not really. I really just watch her streams because she's my friend. And I think she's entertaining as hell too. But mostly it's to support her. I doubt I'd ever get into something like Warframe. No, it is not strictly male captains. You can do all kinds of like combinations and stuff like that. In fact, one of the titles is My Lady. Although I do toy with the idea of making a very butch-looking captain with the title My Lady. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, weird. Squatched Mobius strip? Yeah. Oh, we've got some XP to spend, it looks like. That's pretty cool. Hymns and hymnals, Sundays and sermons. You preached the word and brought the needs of the world before the church in intercession. Okay, so this is just our character stuff, what we've gained. With pretty high hearts. Decent iron. Mirrors and veils are base level. Alright, so we'll take a facet here. What do the winds of fate hold in store? A scandal. You were the gossip of London salons, and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. I don't think that really fits what we've got going on here. An hour in Gethsemane. You doubted, you had good reason. But the bishop called it a crisis of faith. Spell in prison. The judge, stony-faced, condemned you to New Newgate, the stalactite prison of Old London. Scarred. You came close that day to death. It left its mark. An interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave. I'm thinking... Let's go with an hour in Gethsemane. Alright. When you found your way from that twilit valley, from its uncertain paths and its snaring briars, were you the same person who had entered it? No worries, dude. Oh, no, I think the chat on this just jumped up for some reason. Weird. That's alright, I can still see it on the YouTube. Your faith was confirmed, even Christ doubted. Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. If it was good enough for him. Or, you lost faith. The scales fell from your eyes. Doubt is not weakness, it is reason. And once you begin asking questions, it is impossible to stop. This is... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, Squatch, good to see you. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Alright, so we are going to go... Yeah, something to that effect. I don't know. It's all still here on the on my phone on the YouTube, so I will double check there if I see that shit happening again. Alright, I don't know, did we lose our faith, or was our faith confirmed? I'm curious as to what you think. If Bo was here, I know what he'd say. But, you know, as long as we're role-playing, we might as well, like, play the role. I think, just for shits and giggles, let's maybe go with, yeah, let's go with You Lost Your Faith. Alright. +1 condemned experiment. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Okay, so we're back in Wolvesy Station, which is the beginning of the game here. Oh, fair enough. Alright, so let's see. We've got some stuff to do at the beginning. A scrubbed clerk begs a moment of your time. I represent Halliges, the banking house, so this will be where we get our shit from. Excuse me. I promise this will take only a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. He produces a folded contract with a flourish. We hear promising things about you, Reverend. Very promising indeed. We would like to extend our services. We provide a secure solution for the storage of your assets. Absolute discretion and steadfastness unto death and beyond. We require only a signature. If we sign our name, the offer is entirely complimentary, I assure you. At Halliges, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele. This will unlock a bank vault, allowing you to store and withdraw items at any hub port. That is awesome. Sure. There, it is done. I am certain that this represents the beginning of a long and warm friendship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day, Reverend. You may access your bank in the central port of any region. You will find it in a list of areas on the left-hand menu when docked. Select to transfer items between your hold and the bank. You will be able to access the contents of your bank from any hub port. If your captain dies, the contents of your bank will be inherited by your next captain. That is very cool. And useful. Alright, so let's see. We'll check out the old friend ambition in a second. I want to recruit the incognito princess. Remind you of anybody you know? Anybody? Perched atop a mountain of luggage is a radiant young woman. Oh, damn it. We need 100 sovereigns, which we do not have. We have 2. That's awesome. Alright, well, maybe we'll recruit her next time around. She's not going anywhere. Alright, so... Ambition, an old friend. So this is like what your ambitions are, for those of you who weren't here last time, that is your conditions for ending the game. So you fulfill those conditions, and that's how you win the game. They can be very difficult, but anytime you see something like this, it goes towards your ultimate end game goal. Alright, following your return to New Winchester, you are eager to meet up with an old friend. She is a staunch verger. She was the backbone of your little church, ensuring ceremonies proceeded as reliably as clockwork. I was a priest, so alright. Servants of God. While you administered to the spirit, she oversaw more terrestrial concerns of the parish, its maintenance and improvement, its schedules, and its accounts. Until one day, not long after arriving in the heavens, she told you that she had received a calling. God had decided that her place was among the stars, carrying the word and witnessing his ineffable design. You gave her your blessing. She's a skyfarer now, captain of the Azazel. Well, that's a fucking interesting name. She associates with a group of seasoned captains who gather at the Promise of Days here in New Winchester. Perhaps you can find her there. Excuse me. Okay, so good to know. Alright. Oh, we've still got the black box from Amelia Whitlock, which we need to do something with. Don't need to repair, so that's good. Don't need to hire on crew, also good. Let's see what the fastidious inspector wants. A woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She is short and square-shouldered, in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. Oh, okay, yeah. So we offer her passage, and you know, it's a whole thing. Pay sounds promising. I know. Isn't that fucked up? Because the thing about Azazel or Azazel, depending on what part of the world you're in, is that it is a spirit of the desolate waste, right? And when goats were sacrificed in the Middle East, or sheep or what have you, they would sacrifice 2 goats, one to God, the other would be driven out into the waste to be sacrificed to Azazel to prevent Azazel from doing bad shit. And that goat was named the scapegoat. That's where that comes from. Azazel or Azazel was a demon, possibly a derivative of some kind of Phoenician god at some point. Maybe not Phoenician, but certainly a Semitic deity. Fun fact, when people talk about the word Semitic or Semite or even anti-Semitic, they almost always think of Jews, but the fact is that Jews are only one of dozens of Semitic peoples, a lot of whom are extinct or have been absorbed either into the tribes of Judah or the Arabs. Like the Phoenicians, for example, or the Canaanites are all extinct, you know. But they were also Semitic peoples. So were, I believe, the Samaritans. But they were all none of them worshipped like the God of Abraham or anything like that. They had their own gods, their own religions, and all that stuff. But they were also, they came from the same region of the world. It stands to reason that they would have certain things in common genetically and all that. So it's sort of like when you think Slavic peoples, it actually is a number of different groups of people, but they all go back to like a similar point, in their genetic history, that sort of thing. Anyway, we're going to let her on board because she's going to fix my clock. We had her on board last time, and she decided she was going to try and fix the clock on the ship in the middle of a firefight. Super helpful. Well, Pan is Greek, so I mean I'm sure that there were probably some cross-ingenation kind of things going on at some point, but yeah, Azazel was a desert deity. Whereas the Greek stuff generally is a little bit more temperate, certainly with a lot of sea stuff, because Greece is a peninsula and a series of islands. Alright, so she joins us, and yeah, blah blah. Okay, so we've done all this already. I would like to recruit the incognito princess, but I need money first. How much money do we have? Not much. Here, let's go to the shops and see what we've got real quick. Oh, we have 52 now. She gave us 50 for passage. Sweet. I need 50 more in order to recruit the princess. That is, again, too far. So, I think we want to explore, because we would like to... Alright, so we know about travel. Let's go visit the Promise of Days and see if we can run into the old friend there. Seasoned captains. Okay, we don't need to do that. Okay, so I would read a lot of this. All of this is like the same as it was before. So, inquire after the staunch verger. That's who we're looking for. She's not one of the coterie, but where is she? Okay, I've introduced myself. Awesome. One of the gang. Ah, she speaks of you often, the plucky Baroness says. I'm afraid you've missed her. But we've all been missing her recently. Busy girl. She's been doing important work in London. The bedeviled didact frowns darkly and fingers one of his amulets. We've been assisting in our own small ways, but, well, she'll will want to explain herself. She left a letter for you. Meg pulls a crumpled envelope from the pocket of her patched coat. I'd open it somewhere private, or someone, she glares at the masked citizen, will try to read it over your shoulder. The masked citizen nods unapologetically. It's true, I'm a disgrace. Read the letter elsewhere in New Winchester. Alright. Good to know. I think we're probably good there. Onwards. Alright, ambition, the encoded lever. Privately, you examine the letter. Shit. We need 2 savage secrets to decode that letter, so we're gonna have to... Alright. So, let's read this part. Privately, you examine the letter. The staunch verger's handwriting, never neat, is clearly hurried. There are several unfinished trains of thought angrily struck through. She writes coyly of having embarked on a journey of the most fundamental discovery, and of having uncovered celestial secrets. She says she wants to discuss her progress with you, but does not say where or when. The envelope also contains a collection of unfinished crosswords cut from the newspapers. To decode it, she always hated crosswords, and the phrasing of the letters stilted, as if she had to use certain words in certain places. There is a concealed message here, you are certain of it. And the crosswords are the key to it. Alright. So, that we'll have to wait till later. I think we'll try and... We promised, in our last captain, we promised to try and investigate the black box, so we will do so, or not to investigate the black box, but to deliver it, which is I think probably we will do that. We'll hold on to it, and all the stuff in red we can't do until we fulfill certain requirements. Although that should be pretty obvious. Don't want to sell it. We could examine it and try to get inside, but I don't really want to do that. I would like to keep my word there. Yeah, okay. Examine the box. Da, 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 da. No carvings, no inscriptions. Okay, it's closed fast. Well, I don't want to sell it, or pick the lock, or detonate the lock with a modest explosive. That's a bad idea. Alright. I don't think we need anything else here. We can probably get started. Yeah, don't really care about the war. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we know where to get seeds at. Right. Nope, crockery. Alright, well, apparently Admiral's crockery, Fort Avon. Okay. So those are new quests. Alright, so we don't want to transfer anything right now. That is true. We found that out the hard way. Hunger will in fact take you. Alright, so alright, Wolsey Station. So we're still in Wolsey Station. Sorry guys, I'm trying to blah blah blah. You know how it goes. Let's see, there's fuel and supplies, but we cannot hold more than we have. However, well, no, let's hold on to our money. All right. Oh, hey, look, just like the map did not in fact reset. That's actually useful. Sweet. I think it probably will if we change, like if we do a different game, but. Alright. That's the Inconceivable Circus, okay. Well, why don't we give South a shot? See what happens. I don't think we've been down there. Doop 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 doop. Circle of fuel. Man, my dudes go through their food fast. Possibly, yeah. Okay, so we can't go this way. Maybe we can. I don't know. Is it a bridge or? Oh, it is. Fair enough. Let's see what we got. Scout returns. It has nothing to report. Nothing? Not a damn thing? Well, you're useful, dude. Our scout is a bat, and he's a dick. Hey, Ozzy. Good to see you, buddy. Man, look at that art, though, that background. That is gorgeous. What's up here? I do believe I saw some kind of lighthouse. That is not a lighthouse. That is an enemy. Oh, that's a lighthouse, though. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's attacking a scout. The UCE Death School. Alright, well, he's not attacking me, so screw it. I'll go out there. You shoot at me, dude, we're gonna have a problem. There we go. Youngest found. Or possibly just hasn't seen me yet. You bribe your bat with moths until it tells you what it's discovering. That bat is an asshole. Alright, there's something down this way. We'll find out what it is. Hopefully there will be a port somewhere as soon as we can. I'd rather not end the way we did last time, where you know, we ate each other to death until the crew turned on me and ate me. That was less than cool. Sky closes. Its cold jaws about you. Winter freezes the pipes. Engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. Okay. Probably lose that because it's real bright. Yeah, I did that too. It's Samuel the It's at Samuel the Infamous. It's just like one word, all lowercase. Oh, there appears to be a wreck over here. You could also type in like youtube.com at Samuel the Infamous or / something like that. Anyway, it'll work either way. What do you? Well, yeah. I mean, just that's true. Point is everybody ate everybody until I was the last one ate, and then the game ended. Okay, so the wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark. Its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Enter through the shattered windscreens. The steel of its chassis is mangled, but the bridge appears largely intact behind its broken windows. Your hearts gives you a 60% chance of success, or we can leave it untouched. Not going to leave it untouched. We're out here to explore. Success! You don your sky suit. Your driver pulls your locomotive alongside the wreck, close enough for you to leap from one to the other. The floor of the bridge is carpeted with glass-like fragments. It shines like stars in your lamplight and tickles like bells when your boots brush it. A sky chest, nailed to the floor at the back of the bridge, yields to your efforts. What could it be? A solid crate, stamped and sealed carefully. It is heavy as a dead man's weight. Well, let's find out. A windfall. It takes a wrench and your strongest stoker to lever off the lid. When at last the crate opens with a heavy thud, your crew gasps. Inside, the lustrous saltine crystals of ground ores, mined and refined for commercial use. This is the final product of London's greatest and most precious enterprise. Now have 1 barrel of unseasoned ores. That's pretty cool. Well, good deal. Found some stuff. I like finding stuff. Stuff is good. There's something over here. Oh, alright. Well, that didn't work out. Yeah, it also made him sympathetic. He's not supposed to be sympathetic. He is the Mad Titan. He is in love with death, and that's what he does. He tries to appease her. Okay, so I'll permit her to do the thing. Opportunity for conversation. We've had all these conversations with her the last time around, so yeah. She's gonna fix the clock. Ask for news about London, blah blah blah. Discuss the Reach. I wish the movie Thanos had his Thanos copter and not just the rotor blade. Don't care about the war. Compliment our skills. Better good evening. We've got work to do. Yeah, I don't want to talk politics with her because I don't think we're on the same side there. That's not the direction we need to Well, the thing you got to remember, Bo, is that the MCU is not in the 616. It's in its own universe, and it is heavily based on the Ultimates universe. And to hell with what Disney says. Oh. Nice. I don't know what that was, but I'll take it. And still got plenty of fuel. Hopefully there's a port near here. There is. There's a port south of us. Sweet. Let's go explore it. Oh, is that a scavenger, or is it somebody that I need to worry about? I think we'll skip it for now. Yeah, I haven't watched, the only thing in Phase 4 that I watched was, No Way Home, which was decent, but it was also a Sony movie. Just saying. We're almost there. Hopefully we can pick up some fucking supplies. That'd be good. Carillon. Experience game. Sweet. Who says Hulk isn't a cannibal? Sure, it absolutely was. But it was also an entertaining movie that I enjoyed very much. And probably the best of the the MCU Spider-Man movies. Yeah. I don't know. That was one of the things I liked about No Way Home is they again, I know they're jangling keys, but they brought both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back, and they were fantastic. And it wasn't just like a little cameo; they were in like the last half of the movie. And Andrew Garfield was on fucking point. He was probably the best part of that movie, and it wasn't even his movie. No, he kind of stole the show a little bit. And I like Tobey Maguire. I'll watch pretty much anything that guy's in, including the one with Seabiscuit. I'm sure, like most people in Hollywood, is not somebody that I would hang out with personally. I happen to like his movies. Like Pleasantville was pretty good. I like that, but his co-star in that Reese Witherspoon is that fucking nut job. She's a decent actress, but out of her mind. Carillon Center, or Carillon Center, I don't know. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Baldridge's A Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and a purgatory. She commends its bracing airs. Enter Carrion's foyer, gray stone, the color of monastery, or travel around. Let's enter the foyer. Alright, go and speak to the presiding deviless. She is an artisan of souls. Perhaps she can do something with yours. Perhaps she'll just offer you advice. I can write a port report. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Take some notes on a pilgrim's journey through Carillon. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Carillon's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably, their souls are much improved. Not that you can tell. Okay, so we've got to accept the devil's commission for that. I think that's pretty accurate, except that I think that Tom Holland is I don't like Tom Holland as Peter Parker or Spider-Man. I think he's okay. He's watchable, but he's not on either Toby or Andrew's level. Not even close. So I think he's better than the guy with the you know, afro in the 70s. But that's not saying much. No. I don't know if you guys saw those movies. They were not good. Yeah. I mean, I've seen Tom Holland in other movies, and he's not a bad actor. I just don't think he was. I think part of the reason they cast him for this because they wanted Peter to be in high school again, so they got a guy who looks and sounds young. But which is fine. I mean, Tobey Maguire's older than I am, so at this point he can't really pull off the high school look. And I think he was, you know, pretty close to 30 when he made those movies. So, she's an artist and soul. Yeah, let's talk to the Deviless. Led between the wickerworks. The presiding Deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wickerwork building that stands all alone in the middle of Carillon's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, Reverend. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you now that you've come to Carillon? Well, yeah, an actual demon. Awesome. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Alexia. Alright, she must be used to explaining to newcomers and to those whose memories are attenuated by pain. 7 gardens for 7 sins. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch to the princes of hell. For humans, primarily, though we do attend to a few other creatures elsewhere in the great chain, they come to us with souls that are stained, disused, in every kind of sorted, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Carillon by their families or their employers. Initiative Carillon, you have met the presiding Deviless. Fair enough. So her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There is a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something to your disadvantage. And after a stay in Carillon, what then? One should not enter if one does not know how to leave. That is true. That is true of a lot of things. She looks surprised. Most people go home again, she said. Some find that they are weary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on that slender profit and on what we can get from donations or from sales of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the blank page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? She takes down a page or two on all your least favorite things. Alright, so listen to a proposal and gain access to the terraces of Carillon. She is prepared to offer you a deal. Now, most demons are, just saying, prepared to offer deals. Because they're demons. That's what they do. I mean, we're a priest. Screw it. Let's listen to her proposal and see what happens. A welcome patient. Listen, she says, you are free to make use of Carillon. Take a penance or two. Alter your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There's another matter I hope you will look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the gaslight terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may still not be entirely aligned with the objectives of Carillon. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage, she looks grim. Bring me the evidence, and I will reward you. Now this channel set, boy? Without looking it up, yes, I do know the difference between venom and poison. Poison occurs in nature, as does venom, but venom occurs from animals. However, some animals also produce poisons. Venom is typically injected, generally speaking. Usually, you get the poison glands that feed into fangs and such. So, like spiders, scorpions have venom in their tails rather than their fangs. Um, Pit vipers, that sort of thing. So, yes, I do. Whereas poisons, for instance, I believe the poison arrow tree frog produces poison in its skin, but more commonly it's found in plants and that kind of thing. Yeah, basically. You summed it up nicely. I kind of went on a little tangent there. Bo, are you sure about that? I mean, that must be. I don't get me wrong. I stopped reading new Marvel comics like 15, 20 years ago, so there may be one called Poison, but I know there's a toxin, but that is actually Carnage's offspring. And aside from Carnage, there were five other symbiotes that were offspring of Venom in the Lethal Protector series, all of whom I believe are dead now except Scream. You know, but I mean, it's comic books. I could have brought him back too. I don't know. I think at one point in Deadpool versus Carnage, he ends up like with all four or five of those guys attached to him at the same time. Yeah, it was Scream, Lasher, Phage, who was the um, Riot was one of them, and also the enemy in the Venom movie, which was fucking backwards and terrible. It was fun. It was. Don't get me wrong, but it was a butchery of the source material. And then I can never remember. I think what the other one's name was. Yeah, Scream, Lasher, Phage, Riot, and fuck, I don't know. Oh, it's on an alternate Earth then. Okay. What, at the same time? Huh. Yeah, it'd have to be an alternate Earth for Gwen Stacy because Gwen Stacy's fucking dead. I don't. Spider Gwen was like the dumbest thing, and it nullifies and belittles her death and the contribution to that it provided to Peter's character. Yeah, that's so. This is part of why I stopped reading. And Spider-Man in particular, I read Spider-Man as a boy, a very young boy, for many many years, and I stopped for a long time when they put out the Clone Saga, the Maximum Clonage or whatever, where the Jackal cloned him like 18,000 fucking times, and most of them were unviable, but the two that were in particular were Kane Parker and Ben Riley, or the Scarlet Spider. And Kane Parker's powers were all fucked up, so he had like really intense versions of the regular Spider deal. But oh, gross. Yeah, I didn't read any of that stuff, so I don't know. Wait, so she wanted to be Carnage's companion? Hold on. Huh. Yeah, it'd be weird if this poison chick was like hanging out with Carnage in a lover capacity because they're basically siblings, judging from what you're saying here. I don't know. I didn't read any of that stuff. No, and then I got back into it with Ultimate Spider-Man because that was actually a good series. Um, but I didn't finish it. From what I understand, though, Peter Parker dies, and that's also where we get Miles Morales from, and then he's a transplant from the Ultimate Universe into the 616. And again, that, yeah. I feel about Miles Morales the same way that I feel about Jonathan Kent. You know, it was from an alternate universe that shouldn't have affected the main universe and should never have been, put in there. And I think that they kind of went a little stupid with Carnage himself too. Carnage was always my favorite guy. I loved the idea of a completely unrestrained symbiote, at least as powerful, if not more than his progenitor Venom. And I loved Venom, who was just pure evil. I mean, there was no anti-hero, anything about the guy. He was just a fucking murderer with crazy space, goo powers. And that was good stuff, but then, apparently he's tied in with Null, the god of the symbiotes now, and creating armies of, himself, and it's a whole weird thing, and fucking Norman Osborn thinks he's Cletus Cassidy now. I don't know. None of that stuff made any sense, maybe because I haven't been keeping up on it, but also because I think that modern comic writers are fucking idiots. I think that has a lot to do with it. So, many, many years ago, the one that aired on Saturday mornings. Yeah, I used to watch that. Was that on Fox? I know the '90s X-Men cartoon was on. I think that was on Fox. So, that was a good cartoon too. Went for five seasons, I think. It was pretty solid. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did watch some of that. I was more into the X-Men at that point. So, but I did watch some of that, and I think there was a Fantastic Four show around that time too, but I never saw any of it. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, hanging out with old dudes on the internet. All right, so what were we doing? Turn to the center, purchase an indulgence. Holy shit! Look at all the requirements for. Yep. Devil is his particular appreciation. Penance ordeal. Penance is inescapable truth. Penance indulgence. Penance excess. Penance enlightenment. Penance endurance. Penance deprivation. Penance shift of perspective. So basically, I gotta let devils torture me like a motherfucker until I'm able to to do that. All right. Well, I'm not gonna jump into that. Let's go ahead and see what else we can see here. There's oh, so we have to accept the commission in order to talk to that guy. Well, yeah, I mean that part of that goes back to the code of conduct that was expected by censors in the 80s. For instance, the G.I. Joe show tended to be pretty good and action-packed, but nobody ever actually gets shot or injured in any way because, kids were watching these things. So they used to be pretty careful about that. Now, it's different, and it's funny how they'll let kids watch the worst shit, but yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. That was just. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let's go to the bazaar. Sniveling Spirifer is selling souls. A Spirifer is an unlicensed dealer in souls. This one has a perpetual sniffle. He finds a quiet corner to show you a sample of grubby bottles. Wispy shapes coil inside. See, he sniffs, fine as porcelain. I swears, every one of them was teetotal or church-going. Okay. That's a lot of cash for, alright, we might have to. Yep, the bottles are as ordinary as the souls that coil inside them. Yep. Did not mean to, jump out though. I wanted to go look at Grimoires. We can get supplies here. Sweet. A gourd of chorister nectar. What is that? For tea drinkers, it's a sweetener. For poets, an inebriant. For singers, it's an enhancement, widening the vocal range by a valuable semitone or two. So it's like honey and, I don't know, laudanum? Interesting. Huh. Well, we don't... I should probably get supplies. I don't want to spend all my fucking money on supplies, but I think we might have to. Otherwise, we're going to end up eating each other again. Don't want that. Alright. Let's see what else is out there. Doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Oh, there's something down there. Off we go! Into the wild blue yonder. Dun-da-da, da-da-da-da. I can't get enough of the background art though. I think that just looks stunning. Well, I think you're talking about different things there, Bob. The SN non-Videri. The wreck gleams with a frost. Its windows are dark, its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Into the windscreen, yeah. Oh, we didn't work out. Driver pulls your locomotive aside, leap the gap, squeeze the difficulty. Mustaches bristle with ice crystals. Okay. A distressingly odored barrel. No one is keen to get close. Honestly, Poa, I'm not sure where you're getting at with that. I don't see a lot of that kind of thing portrayed in a positive light in television. Alright, you pry the lid off. Dear God, what the blazes. Your navigator pokes the thing inside with a big stick until assured that it's dead. Now I have one uncanny specimen. Gross. But okay. Yeah. Well, and again, Boa, you and I disagree on the absoluteness of your stance there. But oh, I jumped ahead. Shit. Ever read Larry Niven and I have not actually read that. No. I have read some Larry Niven, some of his Ringworld stuff, but it was many, many years ago, and I don't remember it very well. Investigate. An abandoned signal box. Window cracks have accreted a filling of moss green dust. Once a white paint is yellowed and peeling, the signal box possesses a faded dignity, like a beleaguered butler. It was designed with pride to be part of that great folly, the Eisenbard line. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. Alright, well. Captains who withdraw from the cash should note their name and ship and what they took. Occasionally they add anecdotes. You will gain a vision of the heavens or sky stories. Raid the cache. Captain who takes from the cache must later replenish it. That may mean enemy aids enemy. Rival suckers rival. Better that than bad luck. Leave this pace. Alright, let's read the ledger first. Yeah. See, and that's something that Bo and I have disagreed on. I think that there is a difference between paddling and beating kids. Now, what you're referring to, like in the old days, like when they would just beat the shit out of them. Yeah, that's absolutely fucked up and wrong. Um, but I think spanking children and certain forms of corporal punishment, provided that the parent also exercises discipline in their actions, is not necessarily a bad thing. Um, and I know, Bo, you got the idea that if we could eliminate any form of child abuse whatsoever, and I agree that child abuse is a bad thing and we should take steps to eliminate it, but I don't think it's possible, not with the population and not with you know I just don't, unless you can change the way people's brains work. Oh, did it? Huh. Well, guess I won't be watching my shit in France. So, no, what I'm saying, Boa, is that in order to do that, you'd have to rewrite people's brains. And I mean, you're talking like, um, drugging people on a massive scale to get them to behave the way you want. And I think that's just as wrong. You know, because I guarantee that you would end up with a sizable contingent of people who would be absolutely against that. You would have to force them to do that. And that, I mean, you can't make people better, man. You just can't. They have to choose it for themselves, and a lot of them are never going to. Well, and the fact is, Alexia, is, well, and again, I agree that it's a bad thing in general, like controlling through fear, but fear works too. I mean, look at the last couple of years in the United States or Canada, or well, pretty much anywhere in the Western world. The last 80 years in China, fear fucking works as a method of controlling. you know. Yeah, yeah. So now this wasn't supposed to be this kind of stream, though. So, um, yeah. I don't know. We might bring up some more of that, but uh, Bo, Bo, you and I have gone rounds about this, and we can, I think, agree to disagree on it, because I don't think that we will agree on it. But that's absolutely fine with me. You know that. They wanted Rumble to censor news about that country in Eastern Europe. Ah, fuck them. Shouldn't be censoring anything. I say let it all hang out, propaganda and all. I don't think we could do that, at least not on YouTube, without getting seriously copyright struck. you know. Yeah. Well, again, you're looking at a long, long, long-term thing, and you're going to have to start basically um, indoctrinating kids. That's how that works. That's how we pass down our values to our kids. All people do it. All people with children do it. You know, um, and I don't think all indoctrination is bad. Not if you wish to uphold your values and your traditions, necessarily. Although I think sometimes values and traditions, like that's a, depends on the thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I might look into that. I might not. Honestly, I prefer doing this kind of thing and doing my regular talking pieces. Really, that's why I do these things on YouTube, is because I enjoy them. Watch long things and like reaction channels and that sort of thing are really more of a thing that you'd see on other channels. Um, so yeah, I don't know how that'd be fun if you don't have, like, there, and that undoubtedly would be people there who didn't necessarily have access to it. So I don't, you know, I could see where that I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't know. Oh, all right, let's grab the thing from the chest here. Do we raid from the cache? Because I really, I don't know if I want to come back and give them more stuff. Bucket. Luggage trunk. Searches, blah, blah, blah. Take supplies. Screw it. Let's be honest. We wrote in the ledger. Accrued debt. Alright, leave. Right, and that's, again, something that I would leave to other channels. Not only do I not know the first thing about doing that sort of thing, but it's not something that I would necessarily do anyway, even if I could. I can't remember. Nope, stop. I'm trying to remember. That's my bat. Okay. Did not mean to do that either. Didn't mean to... Let's throw some fuel there. Paid the debt. Alright, that's good. But we've got food, so that's good. Alright. Now I am trying... Oh, apologies about the interruption, folks. That is my bad. Trying to figure out where in the holy heck my dealio is. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. There we go. Ah, we got it. There we go. Take a facet. August Avenues. You spend your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlors. Hush, and you can still hear the delicate sound of silver spoons and china cups. A lost love. The gradual... Well, we're a priest. I'm not going to worry too much about that. An interlude in red and gold. Lost your mind once. Below stairs. The comforts of every well-to-do household rely upon the scurrying, grinding work of its servants. You know this firsthand. Do I think we're gonna go with an interlude in red and gold. We lost our mind once. How colorful the other guests were, how red the curtains, how gold the fittings, how secure the locks. Eventually, you were allowed to leave. But was your recovery genuine? Yes, you're feeling much better, thank you. Through trial and error and determination, you learned to tell what is from what is not. The manager said he was sad to see you go. No, you just learned to lie. You said what you had to and they sent you home. Even now, your world is red and gold and splendid. We learned to lie. Ah ha ha. Alright. That takes our mirrors up. Iron's good. Alright. Now let's see what the deal. Okay, so the thing we're looking for is down here. Ooh. Yeah, suck it. Prepared to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Loot the hold, some of it is even intact. Let the marauder find a better use in death than it had in life. Gain hull. Mirror skill will slightly affect how much you repair. We do need to repair. But we might have cool shit in the hold too. I don't know. Yeah, let's strip the engine and repair the thing. Your crew goes to work eagerly, vaulting out, blah blah. Alright, good deal. We already come down to the thingy. I don't know what we did. Oh, okay, we don't have a drill. Need a drill. Really should have bought a canner. Go for it, Alexa. A priest who lies. Well, you know. Sorry, man. I got a little bit behind on the shots here. Bat returns in a huff and spends 10 minutes complaining about what it found. And Bat is such a dick. And apparently, it did not find fucking anything. Useless prick. You are not where you thought you were. The sky is wrong. This is not where you were meant to be. Was it a trick of the mists? Has the wind carried you astray? Have the heavens themselves turned on their axis? You can double back. It was painstakingly retrace your path, which will cost fuel and time. Push forward into stranger skies and hope that somewhere beyond you'll find familiar territories again. 21% chance of success. Fuck it, let's do it. Ha! Success! Familiar shores. You order your crew to hold the course as you traverse this uncanny fold of the sky. Eventually, your navigator utters a grateful oath. A landmark. You are found again. What's the joke, Alexa? Bat is such a fucking asshole. I'm actually going to be a little bit more careful about it. Nothing to report except the sky is vast and the winds bite. Right? Oh, okay. Oh, I think we found a new, another sky dealio. Maybe. Huh. Well, as we chug along into the vastness of the void. So the map itself is about yay big, and this is one of 4 different maps in the game. So there's a lot to explore. Hoping to find a new port soon. Because I'm thinking... Okay. So, a Christian and atheist friends die. The Christian goes to heaven and the atheist goes to hell. God lets the Christian look at his friend in hell. He sees his friend surrounded by women and... Oh, fair enough. Long joke. He's alive or he's live? Is he gonna yell at me for not, like, you know, announcing this? Because I kind of did last week. Okay, so there's something to the north of us. Ah. Uh-oh. Did we find a wonder? Approach from memorial to the unknown rat. One by one, your crew remove their hats. Huh. Interesting. And it's decreasing my terror. Sweet. One of the most pleasant and least menacing landmarks of the high wilderness. Wonders immediately lower your terror when you draw near them, so long as you haven't visited too recently. Sometimes it's worth taking a detour to include them in your routes. Okay, surrounded by women and alcohol, he asks his friend why he's having a better life in hell than the Christian. The atheist says the cups are bottomless and so are the women. Yeah, no worries, that's pretty good. Oh, Squatch? Yeah, I'm not on Instagram. I like a jackass. I got into Twitter, and I'm on YouTube, and now I'm on Rumble, and I think that's as involved as I'm going to get at this point. Maybe locals at some point, but I'm not going to be doing Instagram. I have no interest in Instagram. Uh-oh. Running out of food, guys. I don't know. Maybe we can make it back to New Winchester? We can try. That's not going to be a good route to take. I actually want to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, see, that's where you lose me. I don't like cats. What's up, Shadow? Oh, shit. It's an enduring dreadnought. Oh, good, he's gonna be on my side. I better help him out. There we go. Each marauder is defeated. Let's just loot the hold, see what we got. Clasped jewelry box. Something precious has been concealed. What could it be? A twinkle of gold upon a bed of velvet. A piece of worn jewelry. A name is inscribed on it. Too faded now to read. We've gained 28 sovereigns. New total 40. I think 40 is enough to buy more supplies. At least one box. What are you doing, buddy? I just saved your ass. You better not start shooting at me. I think we can probably make it back. Came in kind of late, Shadow. I think I'm probably going to start winding it down here. Yeah, fair enough. So this will. But we managed to only get killed the one time. So there's that. Wimps. No, I've got some other things I need to get to at some point tonight too, including attempting to get a hold of a certain wayward lioness. Ah, yep, we're almost insomnia bust. Here's the thing about insomnia, Alexia. I have, like, insomnia. I am cursed with it. And so, if I can sleep, I do. Is that guy a good guy or a bad guy? I can't tell. He's attacking whatever. UCE pipe dream. The name of the ship is Pipe Dream. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's just a, you know, I mean, if I can't sleep, I might be back on later, but I hope that I do. Yeah, alright. Lean and hollow. I know they're starving. We're almost home. Cold bites your narrow bodies, hearts. Yeah, we went through this already. Supplies are gone, but perhaps you can find something to hold. I can offer them nothing. Divide up the uncanny specimens. Oh, I guess we're not that hungry yet. Attempt to eat a condemned experiment. I don't know about that. Butcher and eke out your last caged catches. Devour an unidentifiable squirming thing. Caught in the mist near Warlbury. Now it thrashes weakly in his net. Alright, so, yeah. Oh, awesome. So we gotta go, like, do something about that terror, because that's not good. And somebody... Oh, shit. Wait a minute. I'm only down to 2 crewmen? Well, that's unfortunate. Must have lost a bunch of them when in battle that I wasn't paying enough attention to. Right? I didn't eat him this time. He just died on their own. Okay, we are back. Recruit the incautious driver. How much? 40 sovereigns. Okay, you need 20 to... That's, yeah, we probably wait until we got some more money before we recruit freaking anybody. Do I have anything I can sell? Yes. I can sell that. What else we got? Deep. I thought we had some weird shit on here we could sell, but no. No, we don't. Alright, well, I'm not selling my fuel. Barrel of unseasoned hours. So, sweet. Now we got some cash. Buy a bunch of that. Now we've got fucking supplies. Ha ha ha. My name is... Well, yeah. Sorry guys, again I lost track of the chat a little bit. I was just trying not to starve to death here, so... Okay. Let me catch up on a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm not Tyler Durden. I'm fully aware of who I am. I would never give the order to cut off my own balls. Let's see. German Shepherd, a Doberman, and a cat end up in heaven, sitting before God. He asks them what they believe. The German Shepherd says, I believe in love and protecting my humans. God says, very good. You may sit on my button. I'm not sure what that emoji means, buddy. Doberman says, I believe in loyalty and serving the human. God says, very good, you may sit on my left. Okay, you're right. Okay, you're right, left. Gotcha. Next he asks the cat what he believes. The cat says, I believe you're sitting in my chair. That actually, yeah, that works. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah, I did not have the requirements for cannibalism this time. We did do cannibalism last life, and you missed it, Shadow. It was earlier on in this stream. Basically, I ate everybody except the last two, and then they turned around and ate me and came over. So, yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, guys, we're just about at 2 hours, so I will probably call it here. It's midnight where I'm at now, and I would like to get something to eat and then try and get some sleep. If I cannot sleep, I might be back up later with Monster Hunter, but probably not tonight. You know, that'll be those will be the late night streams when I do those, or whenever Kat gets around to getting through the prologue stuff. So, and actually, I think Alexia, you and Rez were gonna try and jump in on that with us, were you not? At some point. Master of the box. Yeah. Good night, Shadow. So, isn't it though? Didn't they add that feature? I thought they did. No, they may not have, but I thought they did. I thought they added that feature last year. Yeah. I could be thinking of a different game though too. Yeah, boy, I can't get into too much of it because there's, you know, not my place, right? But she's fine. She's doing okay. Spoke with her a little bit today. She just hasn't been back on YouTube. She's been busy with other aspects of her life. So hopefully we will see her again soon. And like I've said before, man, we will, as soon as Larry or I know something, we'll let you guys know. But right now, I think she's just kind of taking a break. I wish she would use her community tab to let you guys know that, but, you know, yeah, I think right now she's just taking a little break. So, yeah, give me just a second. I'll Alexia, and we will do that. I gotta, alright. Okay, copy link. Alright, so this is the Exiled Lioness channel link. So, she does, and in case you're not aware, she does mostly political stuff. Sometimes she does relationship stuff, that kind of thing. Larry and I do a lot of work for her. You've been around here long enough to hear me talk incessantly about it, right? And all that, but she tends to have some good shows. Mostly live streams. I'm trying to get her to put out some more, video content, and sooner or later I'm gonna start doing that too. As soon as I stop being weird about the whole situation. But okay, already sub. Wanted to make sure. Okay, good. And yeah, that's something else. They did just do a sub-purge not too long ago. We are heading into a major midterm election next week, and so you never know what's going to happen. Crowder, for instance, got put under a 2-week suspension that will carry through past election day, so they won't even be able to report on the deal. So, Dicey Dungeons, I will look that up when I have a chance. Actually, if you want to remind me, either put it in one of our comments, like the comment of this or something like that, or my email is on my About page. You can email it to me directly, so that I don't forget, because I'm fucking terrible at remembering this stuff. So, but I will, the one on everything except Sony. Yeah, well, that figures. So, yeah, I think she's supposed to be doing something for Lapeef pretty soon too. I don't know exactly when or what, but, yeah, it's all kind of up in the air. But again, Boa Man, as soon as I know something, I'll let you know. I'll let everybody know, as soon as I'm given the go-ahead to say anything, alright? I did make sure though that she got your, I think she got your email, the wellness check one. Tim got a hold of me to send an email to me asking what was going on too, this morning actually. And it's like, what I can tell you right now is that she's okay. She just hasn't been uploading. So yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Thanks, Alexia. I'd appreciate that, because like I said, I have a shit memory for things like this. I try to remember everything, but it doesn't always work out. Don't do drugs, kids. Just saying. Been a long time since I was in a position to have to do stuff like that, but there are certain lasting effects, like short-term memory loss, that kind of thing. My youth, my 20s were a lot of fun, but there are consequences that I am still paying and will continue to pay for the rest of my fucking life. So, alright guys, I'm gonna probably call it here. Larry and I should be back online tomorrow night, about quarter after, give or take, maybe 20 after, or something like that, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, or 8 p.m. Pacific. And then we'll be back on Saturday, obviously, with Screaming Into the Void, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, give or take. See how much shit Boa gives me for not being like 100% on time. All right, it's good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you coming. And I'll probably be back with this game next week, and there might be a impromptu Monster Hunter stream in between there at some point. We'll see. I got copyright strike with the last one, or not copyright strike. I got a copyright claim by a guy who did a cover song for the Nurganante music, even though it was the in-game music that the guy from Japan made. It's all thing anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, that said, have a great night, and remember, YouTube, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras.